Hello friends, it's Karla back today with Creative Scrapbooker Magazine, and we are looking at the awesome Matchbook series, Stamps and Dies. So this one that we just had a look at is called Coffee Shop, and it comes with stamps and dies. There's several in the whole Matchbook collection, and I also have the garden set to work with. And you'll see as we put one together here that you get all these little inside stamps and the dies to cut them out. And then here we have the Matchbook template die. That's going to be the main card or matchbook, and we are going to put everything in it. And then we have the envelope die. So you can use whatever paper you want and whatever color mediums you want and really create adorable little cards. Here we have some Distress Watercolor cardstock. We have some Distress Watercolor pencils. We also have some Robin's Nest dewdrops that we're going to use with our project. And we'll be using some Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. I have the thin adhesive foam strips and the tape runner, and then we have some Simple Stories pattern paper, the Retro Summer Collection. So we're going to get started coloring our images. I've stamped out all of the sweet little images for the garden set onto a piece of the Tim Holtz Ranger Distress watercolor paper. I also grabbed some Ranger Glossy accents and some Stickles, and then I've got a Nuvo Waterbrush pen, my OLFA scissors, and I also had some adhesive dots. I like to coordinate my coloring with any pattern paper that I'm using, so I pulled out that pattern paper and just kind of made note of what pencil colors would match that pattern, and then I know that everything is going to look cohesive. So when I'm coloring with the Distress watercolor pencils, I like to use the Waterbrush to actually pick up pigment from the watercolor pencil itself. I find that works really well for me, and especially because these are really small detailed images. This is a really fine water brush. It has a fine point, and then I'm easily able to get into all those areas. If I add more water to my brush, I can get a softer blend, and if I want it a little bit darker, then I can actually have a little bit less water. And so you can see I have a tissue just off to the side, or a piece of paper towel works, and then you can dab off any color, or if you have a little bit of extra water that you want to dab off, that will work. You can also come in with a lighter color, which I just did there with the plant pot, to go into the center if you want a little bit more shading. You can also wait until they dry, and you can go over the edges of your image and you can add a little bit of shading like that as well. I find that the watercolor element itself just has a really nice soft feel to it. You get some darker areas and some lighter, and it just is really beautiful. I think especially with these stamps, it's a lovely technique. But you can certainly use any color medium that you would like. I stamped the Hello Sunshine stamp, and then I'm just using the coordinating die cuts, and I'm cutting everything out. So here you can see the Matchbook template. This is the main base of your little Matchbook card. And then I have also die cut the envelope. I die cut a little strip right across the middle of that Matchbook template, and I'm just trimming it with those OLFA scissors. And I'm going to place that on the center part here and just adhere it with the Scrapbook Adhesives Easy Runner. It's a permanent runner. And I'm just folding on all the score lines that the dies create. Here's a look at how it folds together. And the Tonic bone folder that I just used there is really handy. It's actually my favorite bone folder for folding and creasing lines. So I just use it to give everything a good crease and then glue that center part on, and it just creates the look of a little room when we have everything together. So again, I'm using the Tonic bone folder to just crease all those little folds. And then we're going to attach everything and place it inside. So it's so cool how it folds up and goes into the little envelope, which you'll see, but when you unfold it and open it up, it's like you have a little shop or a little room. That's very cool. So you're going to fold over that first little tab. You're going to adhere it to that main backing piece, and then you're going to place the other tab behind, and you can see when it folds to the side, that's how it folds and closes. And then when it opens up, you're going to have that 3D effect. So we've got that main background piece, and with all of the sets, this is exactly how you're going to do it. You're going to place your main backing piece on first, and then you've got a piece that goes on the right and the left. They've got the little flaps on there, and so you're going to adhere those on each side of those little right and left flaps. Now what I probably should have done is I had got so excited I forgot about the windows, but I was able to run it through enough to die cut the windows. So I would probably suggest doing that first before you start gluing anything on. So there's two little dies. So the ones that cut the little window openings, and then there's actually the die that cuts the little window frames. And I decided to add the white frame on both the inside and outside. We've also got some little accessory stamps, and I'm just gluing those around. I think with these sets you could really mix and match. They are so adorable, and there's lots of elements that you could use for different things. These little birds are so cute. I'm using some Elizabeth Craft design tweezers there just to position them. Here we have a little easel stand, which makes it nice to stand up if you're giving this as a gift. And you just position this on the back just a tiny bit above the bottom of where it would sit, the base. Is that ever sweet? It's so cute. It goes together really cute. There's a little rug in there as well that you can put in, and here's how it folds up. Now we are going to add some stickles, but I wanted to show you how it folded before I waited for that to dry. So when you do have your main card made, you're going to then place it on top of your envelope. You've got more little score lines, and this just gives you an idea, if you have extra layers or whatnot, how tight you want the envelope. So here you can see I'm just folding it around, and where I just showed you, that is where the glue goes, and it makes a little envelope. So of course we're going to decorate the envelope. We have the adhesive dots. These are the 1/8 inch. The little bow die actually comes with the set. It's very cute. And we are going to put that on. And then we've got some dewdrops from the Robin's Nest Creative shop. They have amazing little embellishments in many colors. Then we have a little tag here that also comes with the set. And I've just tied a little bow there. And I'll use some of the foam strips to apply this to the back. And you could write a little message on, or you could stamp something on if you wanted. It's more, I think, for just decoration, but definitely I would put like a to or from. Then there's a little flower There's a flower, a heart, and a star that come with the set, the template die. So those accessories come with the template or the envelope. There's several that you could definitely mix and match. And we're going to add on some of those Robin's Nest Creative Dewdrops just as embellishments, and it's so cute. I love that bow. So here, let's open this back up and we will add on our Ranger Glossy accents as well as some Stickles. So the Stickles are clear, but they have just a little bit of an iridescent effect, and so they shimmer in the light, and those are great for adding to your colored images. There's lots of different colors of Stickles, and I'm just adding them to any parts of the flowers, mainly anything that I feel like you could add a little bit of sparkle to. And the glossy accents I'm going to add to the watering can and just a couple other spots. It just ends up looking like a little bit of an epoxy sticker and gives a really neat element of just a clear coat. And then you want to set those aside to dry, but here's a look at the completed adorable little flower shop. Now I'm going to bring in the coffee shop set that I also made with the same paper pack and the Distress watercolor pencils. I love how this turned out. It is so cute. And there's the little envelope that I made. And I am sure that I'm going to be making lots more of these.